everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aldina, and I am the creator of Divinely Healing. Today, I kind of wanted to talk about how, as we grow and change, the desires that we have, the things that we want out of life, the relationships that we want change and grow with us. And I feel like a lot of us end up feeling guilty, right? We wanted something so bad before. We put in all this effort, we prayed for it, right? And we get it and we love it and enjoy it. And then things start to change and we realize, I don't know if this is something that I actually wanted, or I thought I wanted it in the moment because it seemed so glamorous or it seemed like it was for me. But now that I'm here, I'm not sure that this is actually what I wanted. And then you start to question yourself and question your past choices, and maybe even feel like you've wasted so much of your time wanting this, whatever it is, and working for it. And this guilt and weirdness just comes up because you're now starting to let go of something that you fought so hard for. And this comes up for me a lot because, you know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even 1 year ago, I had a list of all of the things that I wanted from my life, all of the things I've wanted to accomplish, the kind of life that I wanted to live, the kind of relationship that I want to be in, all of these things. Just written it down, things that I think about quite often. And the more I change, the more my list changes. And honestly, it becomes less about the material things and more about the experiences. Of course, I have my dream home, my dream car, and a dream job, right? I have all of these things, but it really comes down to things that are not tangible, that not material things, but love and happiness and health first and foremost, in gratitude, right? Just things like that. And my list changes quite often because I am changing quite often. And I know it can seem confusing or weird or kind of like you're a flaky person and like you don't know what you want from life, but I think that's a part of the growth because you wanted those things before for a certain reason. And maybe that reason was to get you here to this point so that you could continue on to your journey to the life that you really want, to the relationship that you want, the job that you want, whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever it is in your life that you're thinking about changing or letting go, it doesn't matter. And I am one of those people that really believes every single thing happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, whether you know what it is or not. But ultimately, all those things that happened in your life lined up in a certain way so that you could get to this point that you are in right now. All the failed relationships, all the stressful, horrible days, but also all the good days, all the sadness, the pain, but also the happiness and the love, the heartbreak, all of it. It all happened for you to get here in this moment and to keep going. But here's the truth, you are going to keep evolving. The things that you want are going to keep changing once you start becoming the person you're always meant to be. And you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to outgrow all of the old dreams that you had, all of the old habits that you had, all of the definitions of success and happiness that you had. You're allowed to outgrow all of that. All of these old versions of you are gone. And you're just constantly going through these cycles of death and rebirth. all the time. And future you, or your higher self, or however you want to see it as, has been guiding you this entire time through the ups and downs, through the success and also the failures, through all the love and the heartbreaks, all of it. You have been guided through these things in order to get to where you are right now, and eventually one day to where you're meant to be, wherever that is, whoever that is. You're not betraying any version of you by letting go of the things that aren't serving you anymore, but you are becoming you. You are becoming every version of you. And that is growth. That is not failure. That is not flakiness. That is not betrayal of any old version of you. But it's this growth that you've always needed, that you've always wanted. And the reason I even talk about this today is because I've just had some conversations recently, but nothing serious, right? Just things that kind of come up with my coworkers and my family and stuff. And I kind of just sit there and I think about the person that I was before and how the person I am right now would have never allowed those past things to happen the way that they did. I didn't know that at the time, right? We all do the best that we can in the moments with the things that we have in that moment, right? The knowledge that we have, the compassion that we have, the sympathy or empathy that we have in those moments. But when you leave those things in the past and you start seeing things differently, or you're separated from the things that are going on, you kind of get a chance to see things from an outsider point of view, or things that you couldn't see while you were in it. And it's kind of shocking to see how much change there's been, how much growth there has been. And even though I'm like, ew, when I think about it, like sometimes I get embarrassed and I'm like, I can't believe I did that, or I can't believe I dated that person, or I can't believe I worked at that job, or, I can't believe I was so afraid and didn't like stand up for myself, or whatever it is. But so I've been thinking about these things and I'm trying to, I guess, reflect and see how all of these things that I wanted before have changed, especially when you think about relationships you've been in. And, you know, there was a time where you once loved these people or you loved these things, and that was just the person that you were in that moment. But now that you've had time to reflect and you've had a chance to grow and almost be reborn, you can see that it's not what you want anymore. And that's okay. That's a part of the journey. You're allowed to change what you want. You can change your whole life tomorrow if you wanted to. And that's what's so wonderful about this life in general, is that you have the chance to do that if you really want to. So I guess I'm just a reminder for you today that you're allowed to grow and change your beliefs and change your opinions and change whatever it is that you want from life at any moment. And you shouldn't feel guilty about it. You shouldn't feel weird or punish yourself, but you should honor that and write it out and see where it takes you, because this might not even be the final destination for you. There might be more waiting to come. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace.